Hey, welcome, guys. We have another great Skype interview. Donovan is with us today, and I wanted to just get your. So, welcome, Donovan. Good to see you. Good, nice.
Thanks for having me.
Sure, no problem. I just wanted to kind of quickly get your story of where you've been, what you went through, and where you are now. Can you tell us a little bit about like when it started, like your decision right before that to like start getting healthy and start losing weight?
Sure. I grew up an athlete. I played tons of sports. Football was my main sport. And what I've noticed even now in my 40s as I coach youth is that no one has a very good idea of how to diet properly. Whenever you're an athlete, you just think you can just stuff everything into you. And I've even told my own two kids, hey, when you get to college, you're probably going to really need to start cutting that back because once the sports are over, now the calories are going to start adding up. And so I probably graduated college at around 185 and ballooned all the way up to my heaviest, which was last November. We were on television. I'm in a Journey tribute band, and there is a TV show called World's Greatest Tribute Bands. We got selected for it.
Yeah, I saw you. That's awesome.
Yeah, I was on television. I came home and my wife said, "Oh, I recorded it for you." And I started watching us, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, it was horrendous. I just didn't like what I saw." I had been having anxiety attacks, which those don't even run in my family. I was on high blood pressure meds. I was 252 pounds. I'm only 5'9", and I mean it's hard to show you over Skype, but I'm not the biggest guy in the world frame wise. It was way too much. It was way too much, and seeing myself on television really was like an awakening for me. It really created this sense of you've got to get something done because that's who the people see on stage. It doesn't matter how it sounds. Like, man, I just looked terrible. I felt terrible. And what's funny is I saw an ad, and it was you. It was an ad on YouTube, and it was just a real quick ad, and I have no clue why it would have been on my YouTube channel. Like I'm just watching a YouTube video of whatever kind, and there's Dr. Berg. And I remember going home and going, man, I need to Google the ketogenic diet because like I knew how to lose weight. Like I've tried different things and, oh, you look great. And then like in 2 months, I'm right back up. But just studying about it, listening to your videos, I have sent so many people to your channel, by the way, that have seen results in me. I'm like, look at Dr. Berg, look at this, look at that. There's actually been times, Dr. Berg, that I've been at home going, man, I wonder what he would say about if I eat, whatever. This, anyway, I used to wish I had you on speed dial. But anyway, so I started really slowly, not knowing just a whole lot. I just did a really simple, like, bacon, cheese type of thing. And I think I lost about 10 pounds in the first week. Then I started getting more and more serious. That's just the kind of guy I am. Like I'll start doing research and watching videos and reading books, and I just want to dump as much knowledge into my head as possible. To where I started having friends going, man, dude, you could probably write a book about it. And I said, man, I probably could. I just needed to understand it that well in order to make it my lifestyle. That's the best way that I can describe it. I still watch your videos every single day. There's stuff that I watch sometimes 2 and 3 times so that I can fully understand it. I went to the doctor. I'm off of my blood pressure medicine, no anxiety attacks in 7 months. I am down from 252 to 182.
Wow.
That's 70 pounds. I do some exercise. I'm not going to tell you that I'm some gym rat. I do probably 2 days of lifting, and I walk. My job is in and out of my vehicle. I'm a project manager, so I'm not sedentary by any means. And I coach youth sports. I still coach baseball. But it's completely changed my life. I have had so many people asking me how to do it, how to get started. I've done the keto calculator for them. I've sent them to your videos. I've actually shown a few of them some Jason Whitrock videos that are pretty informational. And that brings me to where I am now. I'm 42 and looking better than I think I did in college. I was in 44 in a 44 size pant, and I'm in a 30 right now.
That's incredible. That's incredible. So tell me, how many meals a day do you consume now?
I do 2, if I don't count my keto coffee. So my breakfast is just usually like my coffee with butter and heavy cream. I don't always do MCT oil, but sometimes I do MCT oil or coconut oil, and then I will have a pretty decent lunch. Like that's usually the majority of my nutrients for the day. And then at night it'll be a very simple. I still have my vegetables. I don't always get to your 7 cups, but I get as close as I can. I definitely stick to those, and it's helped a lot.
Great. Now, are you finding that before you even found the video, were you searching for something already and you just stumbled on it? Or did it kind of say, you know what, maybe I should do that? Or were you searching before you found the video?
I had started using an app just to track my calories. And so I think I had just been searching for videos looking for calorie counting, how to burn more fat. And then here's this commercial on keto. And I was like, what is that? And I just thought, man, I can do bacon, I can do cheese, I can do all of that stuff. That's all stuff that I love to eat anyway. And there you go. And now, it's just enlightened me to realize how much fat is necessary for brain function. That I remember, I'm 42, you never heard of children that had ADD, children that had all this stuff when it was in my generation. All of a sudden, fat becomes the enemy, and then you have all sorts of stuff, epileptic seizures. You start seeing all these things, ADD, and my wife is a school teacher, and it is just, I just start thinking it's because they took the fat out. Everything is no fat sour cream, no fat cheese, no fat, and it's hilarious because I see things like a 2-pound bag of Twizzlers of red licorice, and in big bold letters it says a fat-free food. Okay, then eat the whole thing then and watch what happens. It makes me laugh.
I just crack up. That's just such ridiculous.
Yeah.
And then, so with your kids that you're coaching, do you ever kind of like, hey guys, we need to do a little seminar on what to eat,
Yes, definitely. And my son is a wrestler, and I saw a story that you told where you were talking about making weight, and that you were actually basically eating keto without knowing it, and you actually lost weight. So I told my son, I said, hey, dude, I found an easy way for you to make weight.
Absolutely. In fact, I just did a video on for wrestlers only because I was in the wrestling. I did it all wrong. And oh my God, these guys, they're doing they might go into the season real strong, but then they end up barely being able to have any strength. So it really can mess you up. Oh my God.
Absolutely. I've seen it happen. I've seen it happen with the Epsom salt baths and the dehydration. And these guys are making weight, and then they go in there and they're just a shell of themselves. By the time you start getting into the finals, it's not even them anymore.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Undefeated. And then all of a sudden you just can't even make it through a 6-minute match.
Yeah. You're tanked. You're done. Yeah.
And then, so with your singing, I could imagine people saw you before, and now they're like, what the heck is this guy doing?
Yes, I have people come up to me after shows wanting to take a picture and say, oh my gosh, when we got here, we thought that the band got a new singer because we haven't seen you in several months. Like, what have you been doing? So I spread the word every chance I get.
That's amazing.
And obviously I have to spread the word every time I go to Starbucks, because when I ask for butter, they look at me like I'm crazy. And then I tell them, hey, listen, I get about 70% of my calories from fat. I have to have this butter. I have to have the heavy cream. And they're like, oh. And then they start asking. And sometimes people ask and I see them write stuff down. So I love it. It feels like you're paying it forward, giving people their freedom back.
Absolutely. Yeah, and I saw your video. Boy, you are a high quality singer. In fact, I want to put your link down below.
Awesome, thank you.
So people can watch it, because one of the first, actually the first concert that I went to was a Journey concert. Blown away. It's incredible. Man, that must be nice to be able to sing like that. That would be like probably the dream of a lot of people, but like you just like nail that thing,
Thank you. Yeah, it's definitely a dream come true. We played to some enormous crowds. We travel. Like I said, we've been to Hollywood. We played at Yellowstone this year, Toronto. We're all over the place, and all of us are guys in our 40s that have day jobs, and we started off just as fun, and it has just taken off. And we are playing to places, setting records for attendance, and it is just crazy that all these people are coming to see Infinite Journey.
That must be a blast.
Do
you ever find? Do you ever have any hoarseness with your vocal cords or anything like that?
No, I used to when I was heavier. I always ran out of gas. I used to have to use these stupid sprays to try to make it through the night. I haven't had to touch anything. I've even had some family members say, "Man, you just seem like you're lasting even longer." Because Dr. Berg, we'll do 3 hours. Like we did 3 hours on Sunday, a 3 hour gig of Journey, and I don't feel anything anymore. And I actually mentioned to a friend of mine, I said, "Man, I don't know if this is like a marathon runner, and maybe just now I've gotten to where I can just feel it, or if it's just that I'm healthier, that everything is right now." I used to go to an ENT religiously, and I feel great. I'll tell you what, we had a show for 2.5 hours on Saturday. I was worried because we had the 3 hour show turn around on Sunday, and I was so worried. I sounded better on Sunday.
Wow. That is
Yeah.
awesome. I tell you, running your body in fat fuel, you're going to be more efficient. You're going to go longer. One last point I want to make, because I know we have to take off.
Okay.
If you have anyone in your group or know anyone that has any type of hoarseness in the throat, I did a video on that. It got a lot of views. There's a lot of singers and musicians that found the video of how to fix hoarseness. And I think you just search on hoarseness, it's singer's voice, Dr. Berg, and you'll see it's a technique. You can open the voice up, and it works on the back point. And I was just really happy to be able to, help a lot of people that are singers, but laryngitis, things like that. So anyway, that's an incredible
Yeah, we
story.
had struggled with that.
Yeah, I could
That's
imagine.
definitely something that my bass player and a couple of other people have mentioned to me. So, and like I said, me in the past, I've had my times where I've had to struggle with it, and I'm just panicking to try to make it through the show. So I'll definitely check out that video.
Absolutely. Well, it's been a pleasure talking to you, and thank you so much for your video and your results. It's been amazing. So awesome. Just keep on going.
Thank you. Thanks for the time. It's been a pleasure to meet you.
Nice meeting you too.
Take care.
Okay, you too.